Good morning. Yes, it's still morning. Anyway, this is just me doing a quick thing because I started thinking about this whole, it's more kind of an addendum to the Lawrence Fox video that I did last night, which is, it seems to be this emerging, it's not emerging. I mean, it's kind of a side effect of reality TV culture, I guess. But this idea that somehow saying, well, I don't know who the fuck they are, that somehow, or that this person has X followers, or this person only has X number of likes, or this person is not an influencer, this person's nobody. Excuse me for that Mama June moment. At least I didn't go. Anyway, let's sneeze on a stream. Anyway, okay. Point. Fucking, what is it with people assessing the value of somebody, their opinion or anything based on how famous they are? Right? I know this is just fucking, it's a side effect. I know the answer. It's rhetorical, dudes, okay? It's fucking rhetorical. I know the answer, right? I'm just saying, rhetorically, why the fuck are people so fucking obsessed with fame or influence or followers or likes? And since when? Let's add this one to the vast array of logical fallacies with fucking this woke fucking cult, which is, well, they only have fucking 500 followers. So it's like, well, that's not the argument. That's not an argument for anything. Okay, and that was part of the reason why I did, obviously I watched back last night's stream and it's really fucking pissing me off, okay? This idea that, because this happened to me last week, right, where some blue check, right, blue checks in particular, they seem to take that status very fucking seriously. I don't give a fuck, okay? Everybody knows that all you need to do to get verified is write a couple of fucking op-eds and you can contact Twitter and they will give you a fucking blue check, okay? And I know this, all right? Whatever. But they take that shit fucking seriously and they seem to think that everybody else cares, okay? They don't. I don't, okay? Now, this is just one of those things where this happened to me last week and it's just been simmering. I apologise. This is a little bit off the cuff. I haven't really done any prepared stuff. This is me just thinking. This is more like a vlog, okay, where I've gone viral before, right? I have the iPad story. I've talked about it before. I don't really like talking about it because it was a bit embarrassing, right? It was just a joke. It was a joke that got too big and I bit off more than I could chew. I was one of the very first sort of people to really exploit that news cycle, and, it was embarrassing, right? I don't know why anybody would choose that, okay? I was embarrassed. I felt like it was a spectacle. I felt like I'm smarter than that. I feel like, this is why I love Extras by Ricky Gervais so much, because it really does explore that idea, right? So do you want to be famous or is it about the work, right? And we all know that some people just want to be famous, right? I don't want to be famous. I'm not interested. Now, I know the fact that I'm saying this on a live stream is fucking stupid, but that's not the point. You want to know why I do video? Because it's a personal challenge, because it's actually more about my personal growth, right? Which is knowing that I can do it, knowing that I can overcome fear, becoming a better speaker, getting better at organising my thoughts when speaking. So this sort of acts as improv, I guess, of sorts, because I'm just too busy and I'm in a fucking town that doesn't have, comedy clubs really, or, it's all just fucking, like, it's a dead town. This is my way of overcoming some of those fears and flexing some of the muscles that I wouldn't ordinarily get to do, because I'm not a performer. I'm not interested in that sort of stuff. What I am interested in is getting better at speaking, getting more coherent, getting being funnier, getting more precise in the way that I communicate, getting some of my ideas out there, because one thing that I've suffered throughout my career is that because of my pathological fear of the stage and my pathological fear of putting myself out there, and I'll tell this story, it's actually started to hinder me getting the credit for my work. Right? So to those who might think that I've just popped out of nowhere, I've only got the sort of 3,000 followers, I don't have the blue check, I don't have all of these things, I don't have those things on purpose, okay? Because I don't want it. I don't want to be famous. If anything, I just want to be left alone, okay? I conquered YouTube because I saw the thing that actually, the thing that made me want to do YouTube and podcast. Okay, this is what happened. All right, okay, let's go back. So, see, obviously I still need help organising my thoughts, being a better speaker, being organised, being able to go live without getting nervous and anxious and, you know, having control over my voice. Because I've always been about the work. One thing that people don't know is that I was quite a talented musician and songwriter, but I didn't know that you could actually be a musician and songwriter without being a performer. I don't feel like I'm a performer. I'm a creative, but I don't like the credit. Even in my agency, I've never pursued awards. It's always been about the work. It's always been about the personal challenge, and it's always been about the process for me, right? But once you reach a certain age, vintage, whatever, there comes a point where you realize that without getting on the stage, without promoting yourself, without doing all of that stuff, other people who are a lot less capable and a lot, but more comfortable on stage and more comfortable with self-promoting, what will happen is they'll steal the fucking credit, okay? And that's happened to me throughout my career. So you know, a lot of this stuff, I was on the track for a media career and I shut it down. Okay, now again, that's all speculation. I could have ended up fucking being nobody, but I was, I was on TV. I was, doing the occasional thing. I was writing for the paper, but then I realized that because of all of the fucking bitchiness of this town and all of that sort of stuff, I just didn't want that shit in my life. Okay, I don't like I don't seek attention, right? I don't seek fame. I don't care. I don't care about being relevant, right? I care about the work. I care about, all of that sort of stuff. So what this is just a personal challenge to make to know that I can do it, or know that I'm capable of doing it. Watch, don't watch, listen, don't listen. I've got other goals, right? As long as I'm happy with my progress, I run my own race, and I think more people should do that. Now, that's sort of why I get frustrated when the first thing in and this was where this Lawrence Fox thing pissed me off, but it's actually been cumulative. I've seen this simmering quite a bit in other areas where somebody will say something and then somebody will turn around and go, well, who are you? It's like, well, who the fuck are you? Right? You don't need, that's just, it's bitchy and it's mean girls and it's stupid and it's this massive projection, right? This assumption that everybody cares about fame as much as you do, that everyone cares about awards as much as you do, that everyone cares about these fucking stupid bullshit awards that people buy, right? I don't, right? I've deliberately never submitted for any of this stuff because I think it's a load of shit. It's all a big fucking PR. It's all, yeah. Anyway, to my detriment, that's why I end up being the muse. I know this, and that's why turning 40, I realized that I needed to start standing up, fucking producing some stuff and actually start taking some credit. So unfortunately now I sit there going, well, I don't have any real record because I keep shutting it all down. So because I get I have this tendency to travel, and then the second that I do, I get the thing that goes with fame and the thing that goes with those things, and I freak out and I go, no, I don't want this, and I shut it all down. Okay? You have no idea how many times or I get nervous. So when I've done TV or radio or anything like that, or speaking things, I get nervous because I suffer from stage fright. The fact that I can now do this live stream, and, you know, if you look at my first video, I actually want to revisit that topic because the video was bad, but the topic was great, which is that brand yourself stuff. But if you look at how far I've come in a year, you'll see that's the race that I'm running, okay? So, but this is what fucking, you know, this is, again, just a very quick thing where I talk about, like, this Lawrence Fox thing where someone turning around, someone in the comments on the video, and this isn't about, I'm not addressing you specifically, I'm not singling you out, it's just been a theme, right? Which is the first time when he says something and it's like, I don't know who this guy is. Well, he's obviously fucking somebody because they put him on the TV. And even if he was nobody, even if they dragged him out off the street, right, and said, what do you think, like a vox pop, right? What he said is what is the fucking discussion, okay? The whole thing about this fucking cult is this constant fucking personal attack as argument. Okay, it's called ad hominem attack. Okay, there are a number of different ones, but you've got genetic fallacies. Lawrence Fox, oh well, he's just a fucking rich boy. Actually, no. Okay? He's still a person in his own right. Okay? He's still somebody I empathise with because I actually did a little bit of reading about Lawrence Fox, and it turns out, guess what? He got fucked over by the family court too, as did I, right? That's something that we can connect on. Right? Maybe we focus on the things that we have in common, right? I'm probably pretty far removed from someone like that, right? Someone who grew up rich. I didn't grow up fucking whatever, okay? Not the point. Let's take someone's thoughts on its merits, and what he had to say had a point, okay? All he did was question whether the Meghan Markle thing was racist or not. I don't know, okay? The answer is probably yes and no, like every fucking other issue in the whole wide world. The answer is probably grey, all right? It's probably racist some of the time and sometimes not racist. And sometimes yes, sometimes no. Little bit of this, little bit of that, okay? That's how adults conduct themselves and conduct conversations. They don't turn around and go, well, I don't know her. I don't know him. He's only fucking D-list, C-list, has been, irrelevant. They do that with Graham Linehan as well, where it's like, oh, well, he's just... So you try creating a piece of fucking comedy that's consistently good. Try creating one good episode, right? That measures up to something like the IT Crowd or fucking Black Books or fucking Father Ted. You try creating one of those things. One episode, one pilot. You try getting something over the fucking line. I've been trying to write fucking comedy my entire life and I'm still not even close. I would not even pretend, right? Because the process is what matters and the process is fucking difficult. So you sit there tearing it. You might have 100,000 followers, like, you know, of someone because someone photographed your ass and you got lucky, right? But to create art that actually is of quality and lasts, right? That's hard. So to diminish somebody based on just their fucking follow account or their and this, there's another backstory to this, which was that, you know, I got dragged over the coals by a blue chick last week who just fucking, again, I've talked about this before. She singled me out. She quote tweeted me, took me out of context, and then proceeded to castigate me and say, oh, well, you're not relevant. I went, yeah, I know I'm not relevant. I choose not to be. I'm not seeking the same thing you are, right? We don't have the same values. I don't give a fuck what you think of me, right? And that's the thing, right? And that's the, you know, a lot of some of the studies around Instagram influencers and the effect that it's having on their mental health. A lot of them are shutting it down. A lot of them are just trying, you know, they have a love-hate relationship with it. And a lot of that is linked to the fact that there was a great quote in an article where she said, now I have 235,000 fucking bosses. Right? It's the same thing, you know, I'm self-employed and if you have a full-time boss, you only have one boss, right? I have several, all right? I'm very, very lucky that I have good clients who get me, and I also say no to people that I just know. I don't pander, right? But I don't even pander to people who pay my bills, let alone people who don't, right? Again, I'm not comparing myself to fucking Ricky Gervais before you. That sounds like I'm fucking some sort of up myself person. I'm not. I'm saying the idea, right? His mindset, which is that he doesn't give a fuck, and he has been, because he owns his own labor, and I've always made it my mission to own my own labor as much as I possibly can. And if that means I would rather be poor and in the ditch and be able to do this and able to run my own show, run my own race, do my own thing, than to sit there and be at the mercy of all of these little fucking mean girl business cliques and the fucking, Instagram followers and all these stupid cunts who have no idea how to create anything good and meaningful. Everything is disposable, okay? Those communities are fickle, and they will purge you, and they will kick you out the second that you fucking do something they don't like. And that's not a life. That's a prison, and fame is a prison. Okay, so turning around and using this fucking thing like, well, what have you done? Well, you know what? I've got fucking postgrad in public policy. That's what. I've got a degree in politics. That's what. I've got 15 years in digital. That's what. I'm currently doing a bridging master's because I'm a fuckwit. But let's not go there. I have to do a fucking bridging master's because I dropped out and fuck whatever. But I'm going into doing PhD next year, okay, on digital cults and the emergence of this. I want to pursue this research. This is my life's work. I know this is happening, right? That thought matters, okay? That makes a difference. I don't give a fuck about viewer counts, right? I've actually made the decision to not even look at numbers on YouTube anymore and just engage with those that engage with me in good faith. Same with Twitter, right? There comes a point where if you hit, this happened, I'm at 3, I don't even know what my follower count is. I think it's around 3,000 now, right? But before then, I reached 6,500 in 2011, right? Fucking 2010. I don't know. I'm too old. My fucking brain gets blurry. Point being, right, I've been there. I started this. I was early on Twitter. I was one of the fucking, high-profile influencers early, very early on. I had a blog that everyone read, and I shut that shit down, okay, because it is toxic and it is not healthy, and I knew this. And thankfully, going through a divorce at the same time, I realized that, I was basically oversharing. I mean, you know what? If anybody happens to know Deuce or Heather Armstrong, I would love to talk to her, right? Because she represents a very similar journey. Some of those very early mummy bloggers who overshared and had their marriage, fall apart. They overshared with their kids, and now they are paying the fucking price because of their poor judgment and sharing their kids' lives, right? This has damaged my life. Okay, it has damaged my relationship with my child, and I don't even know if that's reparable, but I'm just saying that this stuff has a cost associated with it. So turning around and making it all about metrics and influence, when I know that if I had actually fucking pursued that, right, I would have a media career, but I don't want it. It doesn't invalidate my ideas, it doesn't invalidate my position, and it doesn't invalidate Lauren, because everybody has something to say and everybody has something of value. It's got nothing to do with your fucking numbers, okay? Anyway, I don't know what Stop being so obsessed with fame, all right? It fucks with your head, okay? I don't want to be recognised. I don't want to be known. I didn't even like having a weird name in school. I used to sit there in school going through the roll alphabetically because my surname's Smith. The build-up, because I knew it's this constant fucking discussion about my name. I just never wanted to stand out. I'm one of those people who stands out without trying to, okay, just because of the way that I've got that kind of mind, right, where I have a target on my forehead, and I'm learning to embrace that as I get older, which I'm trying to use the target on my forehead for something that actually fucking matters, right? But at the same time, even at school, where they'd go through all the Sarahs and all the Jessicas and all the Melissas, and then it'd be like, oh, fuck, Oh, I have to explain how to pronounce my name and have a conversation about my name, have this, and then everyone picking on me and singling me out and a fucking name. Fuck that. Okay, I never wanted to stand out. And I've just realized that I do, just because of the way that I'm wired. But anyway, I can't remember what my point was. Oh yeah, I don't know who Lawrence Fox is. Okay, I don't know who this is. He's just a D-list who's just fucking rich because it's like, no, get a better argument. Why don't you address what the actual points were? Why don't you address your behaviour? Why don't you address the fact that you are being bitchy and not actually engaging in good faith? Okay, that's the only thing that I wanted to fucking talk about. Really, was the idea that it's unproductive. Okay. Stop looking at fucking follow accounts and blue checks as any kind of litmus test for intelligence or fucking debate. All right? I will have a conversation with you regardless of your follow account. I don't give a fuck. All right? I will take, let's make a commitment to talk to each other based on the weight of our ideas. Okay? And whether we're operating in good faith or not. Not fucking who's got the most bitchy hot take and who's trying to who's doing performative fucking wokeness and who's, probably buying likes and retweets and all of that sort of shit just to fucking, it's a whole industry. It's a machine and we need to get out of that machine. Be free like me, okay? I feel pretty free, all right? I'm never going to be rich, I'm never going to be famous, and that's great, okay? But I can be fairly secure, all right? And I'll always make do. Focus on the work, focus on the process, right? I'm not going to sit there and go, well, here's, I'm a 25-year master of Photoshop, right? I've been using the Creative Suite since it was born. Okay, I can code. I have all of these skills. It's all about the process. It's got nothing to do with the self-promotion. And this links back to other fucking agencies who just make promises and don't deliver, right? It's a multifaceted thing. This psychology of fucking just talking and talking and talking and talking and not actually being able to back anything up. Anyway, I don't know whether this was useful, but I had a rant. Fucking hell. Stop chasing those stupid fucking metrics. They're vanity metrics and you're a fucking narcissist. And just because you're a narcissist doesn't mean that everyone else is. Okay, so when you turn around and say, oh, well, I've only got this many. If you only engage with people who are on your level or only with blue checks or only with that, then you've got a fucking problem. You're a snob and you're a narcissist and you're vapid and you're vain and you're a mean girl. Okay, let's start talking to people based on the weight of their ideas, not on their fucking social status and what they can do for you. Okay, this is another thing I've been talking about, this fucking culture that marketers have curated and created, this idea that everyone thinks selfishly and everybody is about what's in it for them. No, not everyone is. Some people actually just want to have a genuine conversation, a genuine connection, and fucking, it's not all about what's in it for me. Some people can slow their fucking load and have a conversation. Okay? Anyway, I love you. Thank you for your precious life seconds. This one is the very first video under 25 minutes. If I talk really fast and say bye, if you want to support me to do more things and own my own labour and all that stuff, but don't be a cunt. Okay? If you tell me what to say, you can't say. Also, no, I'm about to go over 25 minutes because I'm about to say something, right? On my Patreon, I have several levels. Guess what level allows you to dictate what I say? It's $15,000 a month, okay? Because you're then a client on a high retainer, and then I give a fuck what you think. Other than that, I say what I want. If you like what I say, then you can do that. But if you don't like what I say, then you can pay for the privilege to shut me up. Okay? I love you. I don't know. Have a great day. Speaking of which, I have some stuff to do for my bosses, who are my clients. Have a great day. Bye.